Hello, everyone. I'm honored to join tonight's celebration in memory of Minx. For over 5 years, Minx was the indispensable member of my team while I was county judge. She provided constituents a direct line to my office, walking them through the weeds on issues and services unfamiliar to most. And as I began my Kentucky political career, she was just who I needed in my corner. She had smarts, she had charisma, and was always ready to raise her hand when problems needed solving. Perhaps more than anyone, Minx knew Louisville, what made our hometown hum, what occupied minds, and what weighed on hearts. When my time arrived to serve in Washington, I knew I would soon lose this trusted teammate, not for want of skill or talent, but because of a deeper purpose that kept her heart calling home. She loved Louisville, this great city that she served for over half a century. As a champion of the arts, a supporter of education, a mentor to women, it's hardly a surprise that just about every nonprofit in town bears the impact of this trailblazing public servant.
Do you know what the Jewish word is for justice? Tzedek. She never said that, but like a lot of people, they don't need to say things, they need to do things. There was only one Minx Auerbach.
Minx was a woman who got things done.
She was always busy, always doing something, always directing, always planning. She just had boundless energy.
When Minx was growing up, white paternalism in society was the norm. Minx had to break through several barriers to be in a position where she could make things happen.
My grandmother grew up in a time, that was really pre-civil rights. I think she felt discriminated through anti-Semitism, but I think also as a woman, that was like a big part of the adversity that she faced. She felt like she was given even fewer opportunities as a Jewish woman.
Minx was a champion for women. She believed that women could do it all, and quite frankly, Minx believed that women could do it better.
She was actually the first female director for any department in the city of Louisville. She also worked for Mitch McConnell, who was the county judge executive. He famously said that Minx was the only Democrat he ever hired.
The reality is when Minx was involved with anything, they got things done. Minx's resume reads like a stroll through the city. Here's just a few things.
Charter member of River City Business Women's Association.
Member of Policy Committee for Louisville Central Area Downtown Development Plan.
Director Emeritus, Louisville Science Center.
Chair of the Board of Trustees of the University of Louisville.
Board member, Wellness Forum.
Board member, Louisville Ballet.
Member of National Board, National Council of Jewish Women.
Honorary chair.
Woman of Distinction.
Board member.
Board member.
Board member.
Board member.
Actors
The
Theater.
CETA program.
Kentucky
The
Derby
League of Women
Festival.
Voters.
Heritage
Honorary
Corporation.
chair.
Louisville Zoo.
Fund for the
Hannah
Arts.
Solomon
YWCA.
Award.
Now, would you like me to read the past? There are about 40 of them.
Minx had a very clear moral compass. She was not someone to sit on the sidelines and let injustice or mistreatment take place. She had a fierce drive within herself to be a player.
In the early 90s, Holocaust education was really just starting to blossom. I remember sitting in Alan Engel's office for the first meeting with Alan and Minx talking about this big idea. Minx sat at the table with Alan and said, I have a vision of something that I think Louisville can be at the forefront for, and I know I can bring these groups together.
A Time to Remember was about the Holocaust and to never forget the atrocities that happened. That was, I think, really important to her in her Jewish identity, particularly living in a state where anti-Semitism was high.
It was incredibly important in that moment, and I think it's just as important today. Minx was the driving force that brought that to Louisville, Kentucky. It wasn't happening on stages across the globe. It was the world premiere.
What would you say is Minx's legacy?
I think from the time that I was really young, she always was like, saying like I could be anything that I wanted to be, or, that I really needed to kind of like think big. And I remember always thinking like, why? I'm just a kid. Like, why does she think that I, have this potential or could do this?
The thing that Minx did best, in my opinion, was she could put people together. She saw good in everyone.
People like Minx are a gift to a community and a gift to humanity. Minx pushed you to think deeply about things around justice, community. She would be very determined to get us working together. She wouldn't be just a firebrand, she would be a bridge builder.
She would carry the weight of we can do better, and we should always keep trying to make the world a better place. I remember that she made me feel heard and seen. She did that for so many people.
Tzedek, the Hebrew word for justice, which connotes action, was always behind Minx's activity, and I so admired her for that. Great people of faith live their faith through action, and Minx certainly was one of those people.